Okay, let's see how this narration goes. Hey there everybody, I'm feeling really productive cause this is my third video that I've edited in like the past 4 days, and if you guys have been on my channel long enough, you know that means that the next 6 to 8 months are probably gonna be pretty non-productive when it comes to videos. Oops, my bad. I'm hoping that's not the case, but hopes and reality are not the same thing. Anyway, this is a piece I did a few days ago, I think. I am the worst at remembering when I did things, even if it was yesterday. But I did live stream this, but I played a lot of Coldplay and stuff in the background, and then it gave me a bunch of copyright things. Like, nobody could see the video after I finished live streaming because it was blocked everywhere. Like, they didn't just take out the music, they blocked the video completely. And I tried to fix that, but I couldn't, and I'm not, like, Movie Maker can barely handle loading my 2 hours, like, once, let alone saving those 2 hours after I've edited the entire live stream. Because what I was gonna do was have the live stream version, like, full-time version, and then the speed paint version for those who just wanted to see it sped up. But that won't be happening, but you guys still get the speed paint, so, you know, that's kind of cool. Overall, this piece took me like 3 hours, and it was just one sitting because, this is Coral. She's my, well, like second or third oldest OC that I have. I made her sometime in like fall of 8th grade or somewhere around there, so she's pretty old. But she has been inspiring me a lot as of late. I mean, kinda, she's my default, I need to draw her all the time character, so that's a little bit of why. But as of late, she's been really inspiring me, and so I haven't drawn almost at all the past 2-3 weeks. Like, I was drawing there for a lot, and then all of a sudden, my inspiration just went down the drain, and I stopped drawing there altogether for about 2-3 weeks. Minus like 2 sketches. So I don't really count it as me being productive because I have so much other stuff to get to. So I did this all in one sitting because I was not gonna let that, I wasn't gonna line it, go to bed, and then wake up the next morning and be like, nah, I don't really feel like finishing this piece. So it was like 8 to 11 or 9 to 12 or something like that. So I was exhausted by the time I finished this because I usually go to bed like 11:15, 11:30 so I can wake up at, 8 in the morning. So I was kind of exhausted by the time I finished this. But that being said, I am really happy with how this came out. This is a lot softer than my usual pieces, which are very... It's not the technique that I did in this, it's so as much as it is the colors, because usually my line art is a deep black color and it makes everything contrast more, I feel like. But in this one I think I did like a softer gray, and then I didn't have the colors at full saturation because it was supposed to be a sunrise scene, and so I felt like that would cause the colors of her skin and hair and everything to be a little less saturated. And so I desaturated her skin and everything once I got to shading, I think. And that kind of made the entire piece softer too, which I really liked. I mean, it's not something that I'm going to do for every piece because, like, I do like my style being quote-unquote bold. I don't know if that's the exact word, but that's how I'm describing it to make myself feel better. But it really, I feel like it made the piece a lot better just to use those soft colors and that soft line art shade. But the face angle was giving me a lot of trouble. Like, when my dad lived with us, like, sometimes he and mom and I would go out to, like, the zoo or the movies or whatever, and whenever we did that, I always had to sit in the back seat, because I'm technically the youngest. I'm only, oh my god, I'm turning 20 in August, oh my god! But when we would go out, like, sitting in the back seat, you get a different view of, like, people in the front, their faces. Like, when you're sitting in the passenger seat, you look over to them and it's a profile view, but when you look at them from behind, it's kind of this face angle. And I've like seen this face angle a lot of times considering those outings, but like for the life of me, I could not draw it. And so it kind of gave me a bit of trouble, and I finally had to go and get references and look at those. Which, by the way, on the subject of references are not a bad thing. I don't care if you're a young artist or an older artist or a new artist or you've been in the industry a long time. I don't care. References are not bad. Tracing is bad under certain circumstances. I think you can trace a person's artwork on your own time and keep it private, and if you learn from that tracing, then that's okay. It's when you post that, like to DeviantArt or YouTube or wherever, that it becomes an issue. If you're just tracing on your own time to learn, then whatever. But references are not bad because if you use them correctly, they help you grow and learn how to do things. For example, this face angle. I will now know a general idea of how to get this face angle should I ever do it again because I used a reference. If you do hands all the time and you have to use references for hands, eventually you're going to pick up something with those. I know, like my one friend, I don't know if she's still like this, but for quite a while she was like vehemently is vehemently the correct word? She was completely anti-reference because it was quote unquote cheating. It's not. If it helps you get better, it's not cheating. The thing about art is there's no wrong way to do it. There really isn't. A lot of people are like, I know some tutorials are, this is just the way I do it, which is awesome. And then there are some tutorials that are like, this is how you do this. And that's not how it is. There's no wrong way to do art. It's just, are you cheating off of other people or not? And how are you doing that? Because again, tracing technically counts as cheating, but if you're not posting it and you're just learning from it, then that's fine. It's when you post it with or without credit or whatever, and with or without permission, that it starts to be an issue. It's how you go about things. So yeah, that's me. That's my whole spiel, my soapbox. I'm coming up on the end here, but I don't know. I'm just kind of ranting. It keeps my anxiety in check, because I'm really bad at keeping friends, you guys. Like, I haven't lost a friend yet, but my anxiety is like, they hate you because something went down yesterday. Yeah, last night. See, I told you, I'm awful with timelines, but it's like, I hate anxiety. It's the worst. Don't get anxiety, kids. It's awful. Anyway, I wrote those notes on this piece because sometimes I just forget to add stuff, and then I go back and I'm like, oh, so I wrote those down while I was thinking about it. So here's the prelim sketch and the finished sketch, or finished piece. But yeah, so here's my Patreon and a subscribe button and 2 links I think you guys might enjoy. So if you could like and subscribe, that would be awesome. Go guys, bye!